I'm still really excited about Shabbat UK, and I still want to use this week as an opportunity to study and review Hilchot Shabbat. Yesterday we examined certain introductory aspects of the mitzvah Shabbat candles, and today I want to consider some further details. The first question that I want to think about is how many lights are required. The Talmud only refers to Ner Shabbat, the Shabbat lamp, and this would suggest that it's sufficient to light just one candle or lamp. The Rambam and other Sephardic Rishonim also only refer to Ner Shabbat, and it would thus appear that the earliest practices of this mitzvah did not require more than one light. However, various Rishonei Ashkenaz mention lighting two candles, and the Shulchan Aruch also states that there are those who ensure that their Shabbat lamp has two wicks, corresponding to the mitzvot of Shamor and Zachor. Whilst the formulation of the Shulchan Aruch clearly indicates that there's no imperative to light two candles, this seems to be the universal minhag, unless there are exceptional circumstances. Interestingly, the Magen Avraham, Kitzur Shulchan Aruch and Mishnah Brura all cite practices attributed to the Shla that 10 or 7 candles are lit, corresponding to the 10 Commandments or the 7 days of the week. A further custom observed by many women is that they light an additional candle for each child in the family. Interestingly though, this is quite a widespread custom, but it's not referenced in any of the classical sources. The second parak of Masechet Shabbat deals with the question of Bameh Madlikin. What types of fuels and wicks should be used for the Shabbat lights? The halachic requirements are that there should be a bright and steady light that does not cause a lot of smoke or an unpleasant odour. Whilst there are several types of oils that would be acceptable, the Shulchan Aruch writes that it's mitzvah min hamuvchar, the best way of doing the mitzvah, to use olive oil. However, a number of Achronim write that the minhag is to use wax candles, as they also provide the right kind of light. A question which has been discussed by numerous poskim over the past 150 years is whether it is permitted to use electric lights for the mitzvah of Ner Shel Shabbat. The debate addressed the question as to whether there's simply a requirement to provide illumination or whether it's necessary to have something which is actually burning, eish, and then a subsequent question as to whether electric lamps have a status of or a status of eish. Many poskim, including Rav Tzvi Pesach Frank, who was the chief rabbi of Jerusalem in the early days of Medinat Yisrael, Rav Ovadia Yosef, and Rav Neuvert in Shmirat Shabbat Kilchata, opine that there is a requirement of eish, and that electric lights, because of their glowing element, fall into that category, and that it's even permissible to recite a bracha when using them as Shabbat lights. This is a particularly useful ruling for people who find themselves in hospital or a hotel for Shabbat, where it's not possible to light conventional candles. On the other hand, the Rogatchover Gaon was of the view that even though electric lights are considered eish, a bracha cannot be recited over them, since there is no classical act of lighting, and the text of the bracha is Lahadlik Ner Shel Shabbat. Significantly, technological advances seem to indicate a change in halachic practice. Nowadays, most electric lights are LED rather than filament bulbs. As such, they do not glow red or white hot, and are thus not considered as eish, which disqualifies them for use as Ner Shel Shabbat. Have a wonderful day.